What's going on, everybody? It's Man of the Hour, Man Gaming here, and today I have something new for you guys: Ncaa Tournament Challenge 2016. And in the south side of the bracket, I have Kansas getting the dub against Austin, and I have Colorado, Yukon. I'm having Colorado get the dub against Yukon. I have Maryland getting the dub against South Dakota State, California getting the dub against Hawaii, Arizona getting a dub against Wichita State, Miami getting a dub against Buffalo, Temple getting the dub against Iowa, Villanova getting the dub against UNC Asheville. Alright, for round 32 in the south part of the bracket, I have Kansas taking on Colorado. I have Kansas getting the dub, and I have Maryland going against Kansas, and I have Miami getting the dub against Arizona, Villanova getting the dub, Miami and Kansas for the Sweet 16, and I'm gonna have Kansas move on to the Final Four. In the west part of the bracket, I have Oregon getting the dub, Cincinnati getting the dub against St. Joe's. Baylor and Yale, this is a tough one, but I have to say Baylor on this one. I have Duke getting a dub against UNC Wilmington. Texas and Northern Iowa, I have Texas getting the dub, and Texas A&M getting the dub against Green Bay, and VCU getting the dub against Oregon State, and Buddy Hield's going to lead Oklahoma for the dub. In round 32, I have Oregon winning against Cincinnati, Duke winning against Baylor, Texas A&M winning against Texas, and Oklahoma winning against VCU. And for the Sweet 16, I have Duke getting the dub against Oregon and Oklahoma. And for the Final Four, I have Oklahoma winning against Duke to move on to face Kansas. And the East side, I have North Carolina winning. I have Providence, Indiana winning against Chattanooga, Kentucky winning against Stony Brook, Notre Dame winning against Michigan, West Virginia winning against SF Austin. I have Pittsburgh winning against Wisconsin, Xavier winning against Weber State. I have UNC winning against Providence to move on to the Sweet 16. Kentucky losing against Indiana to move on to Sweet 16. West Virginia winning against Notre Dame to move on and play Xavier in the Sweet 16. And have North Carolina and West Virginia in the Elite Eight. And North Carolina move on to the Final Four. In the Midwest part of the bracket, I have Virginia winning against Hampton, Butler winning against Texas Tech, Purdue winning against AR Little Rock, Iowa State winning against Iona, Gonzaga winning against Seton Hall, Utah winning against Fresno State, Dayton winning against Syracuse, Michigan State winning against Mid-Tennessee, Michigan State winning against Dayton, Utah over Gonzaga, Purdue over Iowa State, Virginia over Butler, Virginia over Purdue, and Michigan State over Virginia. And Michigan State onto the Final Four, taking on North Carolina. In the Final Four, I have Kansas, Oklahoma North Carolina, Michigan State. Move on to the championship game. Perry Ellis, Wayne Selden, Frank Mason. They're going to lead Kansas to the championship game. And Denzel Valentine's going to lead Michigan State to the championship game. For the tie, and I have Kansas winning against Michigan State. For the tiebreaker, it's going to be about 68 to 61. No, not 6. 68 to 61. As always, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Peace out, everyone. It's been your boy, Beefman Gaming.